Here's your Farm and Ranch Report from the Northern Ag Network.
Well, hello everyone. It's time for today's Farm and Ranch News. Well, this week, the American Sheep Industry Association will meet for their 152nd annual convention in Denver. And wool research, like the work that occurs at Montana State University's Wool Lab, will be a big part of this year's convention.
One of the research projects that we are working on here at Montana State is working to eliminate contaminants in wool. That's a big issue, especially farther down processing, and it really is a problem when it gets into the fabric form, and so we're working on ways to eliminate that and detect it earlier, to work with our manufacturers here in the United States and see what can be done to eliminate some of that problem and help people want to work with wool more often in apparel products and alleviate some of the issues that they've had in the past.
And to help producers improve the quality of the wool their sheep produce, 21st century technology is utilized.
So our main piece of equipment is our OFDA 2000, which OFDA stands for Optical Fiber Diameter Analyzer, and that was equipment that was developed in Australia. And really the main thing that the producers are looking at with that is micron diameter, which a premium is paid for the finer wools. And you can also see the variation within the fiber and then amongst the fibers that it measures, because if you do have a very variable fleece, that will be lower quality. It'll affect the comfort factor of the garment that it could potentially go into, and buyers will look very closely at that information. We are getting a laser scan, which will do basically everything that our OFDA does. It's a preferred piece of equipment though. In research projects done in Australia, they always refer to the laser scan. And then we are making a fleece coring machine. We're having that done by the Montana Manufacturing Institute. And from there, we'll be able to individually core fleeces and do yield analysis and see how much actual wool is in that fleece, which I think is the next best step that we can make as producers here in Montana. If we put more pounds of clean wool on those sheep, then that's going to return more dollars to you. Whereas with the price point in micron right now, you're not necessarily going to make that much more if you go from a 22 micron to a 20 micron clip.
At the end of the day, it's hard to match nature's most technical fiber, that being wool, to other synthetic and oil-based textiles that are in many people's wardrobes.
We've basically spent 60 years trying to recreate wool, and no amount of polyester, no amount of oil-based synthetics are going to be able to match the properties of wool that it has inherently. It's moisture absorbent, but with that, so it'll absorb 35% of its own weight in water without it ever feeling wet. So as you go out on a hike or you do something strenuous, you won't even feel the wet of that wool because it just absorbs it and keeps it locked inside. Whereas with polyester, that's a hydrophobic fiber, it wants nothing to do with that, and it creates a very uncomfortable microclimate with you and your garment. It's going to keep you dry, it's going to keep you clean, and it's just an incredible fiber.
And I look forward to joining our friends from Wyoming, Montana, and across the nation later this week in Denver at the American Sheep Industry Convention. For more, visit us online at northernag.net. Have a great day, everyone.